Hello, Sunshines, and welcome to my entry for the 2017 Nyx Face Awards. First, I'm going to start by showing you how I made the unicorn horn. Right here, I'm using a piece of PETG plastic, which I purchased for fairly cheap on Amazon. I'm going to roll it into a cylinder and use some clips to just force it to keep its shape until I use a heat gun on it. I'm going to make sure that the light I want to put inside the horn fits perfectly, and then I'm going to take out my heat gun. Once the plastic is cooled, you want to remove the clips, and then you're going to take a hot glue gun and start making spirals all the way down, and then you're going to go over that hot glue spiral a second time just to thicken it up. If the hot glue happens to melt in a way you don't want it to, just use a toothpick or any kind of thin stick type thing to push it back into the position you want it. Make sure you remove all of the hot glue strings, and then you're just going to cut it to size if necessary. I'm now going to wrap my horn in a portion bag. I think these are like a couple bucks at the grocery store. Trim it if necessary, and then use the heat gun to form it to my existing horn. There are two things I want to note. It's probably smarter to do this with a heat-safe glove. Be careful to not burn yourself. Secondly, this plastic melts extremely fast, so if you keep the heat on it for too long, you're going to form a bunch of holes in the surface of your horn. To add some extra dimension, I'm just going to put a coat of clear nail polish over top of the horn and then sprinkle some glitter. First step in creating this look is you just want to outline everything on the chest as well as the features on your face using a white eyeliner. With a larger brush, you're going to want to fill in all the external parts of your unicorn skull as well as the bones that are inside the tear using a white water-activated body paint. If you don't have water-activated body paint, you can also use a cream paint covered with a white eyeshadow or just a powder, and you're going to want to make sure you leave a mostly clear space on your forehead because that's where we're going to stick the unicorn horn, and you want to make sure that the latex adheres to your skin. This step is totally optional, but I'm just going in with a variety of iridescent shadows over top of the white to give it more dimension as the light hits the look. Now that I have my contacts in, I'm going to outline the shape around the eyes, which is kind of just like a very irregular gear with lots of teeth to it. Using a mix of baby pink, purple, and blue water-activated body paints, you're going to fill in all of the gaps to your skull as well as behind the area to the bones. And you want to make sure it's very watercolor-like and kind of mixed into each other. The look we're going for is kind of galaxy, so if you're finding the colors are too vivid, you can either add more water when you're picking up the color or just pat it out once you put it on to blend them into each other. Using some UV body paints, I'm just adding little dots in the same color on top of these colors. The shades are ever so slightly different from the shades I've already laid down, so it just really helps to add more dimension to the look. Using a mix of taupe, brown, and black, I'm now going to shade all of the bones. You're going to start with the lightest color and work your way up, making sure to blend. Start shading the sunken in parts of the skull as well as the parts that are torn away using a navy blue eyeshadow and blending non-stop. It is now time to outline all of your lines, blending it inwards to create more depth. Now back to the eyes. Where the gears form square shapes, you're going to make lines, some small, some large, in no particular pattern, because you want it to look like your skin is cracking to reveal this galaxy look. And then in between those lines, you're going to do a mix of circles and lines and squares to create more of those cracks, filling some of them in black so that it's as irregular as possible. To outline the nose as well as all of the bones. To stick on my unicorn horn, I'm going to apply some liquid latex at the base and then dip some cotton pads in latex and then cover those in more latex and build up as much as necessary and hold the horn there till it dries. If you want help with it drying faster, you can also use a blow dryer on low setting. Like the look needed a little more dimension, so I'm going about ½ an inch above all of the lines and doing a bit of a purple outline. And in between where the lines are and that purple outline is, I'm going to use some white body paint for some extra highlight. Going in with black right away, it is way too easy to mess up, so using a purple eyeshadow, I am going to outline where the teeth are going to be and then kind of go over those outlines with black, making sure to round out the teeth closer to the inner part of my lip. I had initially tried covering the parts of the horn that might show through the wig using glitter, but that didn't cover it quite enough, so I'm just going to go over that in some more white body paint to blend it in better. If you're not wearing a wig, you're going to want to really take your time applying the latex so it blends in seamlessly. Quick note, I forgot to mention that you want the most concentrated black to be around the inside part of the teeth, And when you're kind of filling out the root area, you just want to use the very last little bit of body paint left on the brush and drag it so that it's not as dark.